Another workout in the books. Whoop, whoop. Man, I feel so good. It's like a amazing difference. Sean Jones. Can I still call you Little S? Because how many people go back like me and you go back when you were Little S? That's what I want to know. How many people can say that you have relationships and you have friends that you've had for, I don't know, Sean, 30 years? My dad says something real important. And he told me when I was a young man, he said, you can tell a lot about a man. My dad told me you can tell a lot about a man by the length of his relationships. And what he means is, when you have a person and you have people that have relationships, friendships. Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Ty. Mike Ziegler, good to see you. Brett, what's up, buddy? My dad told me when I was a young man to be cautious of people that don't have more than one or two friends that have been around for 10 plus years. And at the time I understood what he meant, but I didn't understand the impact. And really what he meant was, there's a lot to be said for people that can maintain friendships, not burn bridges, go through changes in profession, go through changes in career, go through, personal changes in relationships, and still be there for friends. It doesn't mean that if someone doesn't have friends or doesn't keep in touch or doesn't still have relationships with their buddies from 25 years ago that they're a dirtbag. But I think it says a lot about a person that has friends that they've known for 30 years. I think my dad nailed it hit the nail on the head. Little S, there he is, Sean Jones. Point being is, I've known Sean for 30 years, Kerry Glover. Kerry, tell me if I'm right or wrong. There's a lot to be said about people that have friendships and relationships that are 15, 20, 25 years old. But the point, and the reality is that if you're a stand-up person, you're going to have friendships and relationships that are 25 years old. People you went to school with, people you used to work with and don't work with anymore, but because you both shared, the same value system and neither of you screwed the other one over, you still keep in touch and you still maintain a friendship. So anyway, my man Little S, Sean Jones, I've known him back since his nickname was Little S, and that literally was 30 years ago. Me and him go back 30 years. And cheers to another 30 years, my friend. But anyway, last night we had company happy hour. Lots of fun, really cool to get everybody out. Just hanging out and having a good time and enjoying each other's company, and literally didn't talk about work. I mean, it came up one or two times, but we didn't really talk about work. And I think we're able to do that because of the culture that's developed within our company. And I was talking to someone that didn't work with us yesterday and happened to be at Heritage Hills last night, and he came up to me and pulled me aside. He's like, man, he said, you've done an awesome job, dude. He said, I was talking to somebody that works for you, and Gene, good morning, what's up? And the guy came up to me and he's like, man, you've done a wonderful job. He goes, the culture of this company you have here is amazing. And I'm like, oh, thanks. He goes, no, man, really, I mean it. He said, I've known that guy for 15 years, and I was talking to him and I asked him how work was going. And this particular person that he was talking to has worked with us for, quite some time. And he said, this job's changed my life. And he went through a couple examples, but I want to talk about really how to do it. We all sit around and we read books and we talk about how to be a leader. We talk about how to make change. We talk about how to do it, but what's it physically look like if you're in a position and you want to begin to be a leader and you want to begin to change the culture of your family, or you want to begin to change the culture of your business? What do you actually do? And this morning I was listening to one of my favorite, podcast and leadership books, and it talked about you have to stop asking for compliance. You have to stop making your primary focus getting people to do what you tell them to do. Okay, so all right, so cool, Eric, that sounds great. That's like a nice poster you can put on the wall. What's it actually mean? So obviously still decisions need to be made, businesses need to be run, customers need to be taken care of, vendors need to be communicated with, decisions need to be made, training needs to happen. So how does that happen if you as the owner or you as the leader of the company are no longer handing down this was a military reference they were using, and it was a captain of a nuclear ship, and he stopped handing down orders. And instead what he did is he invested all of his time into developing every single person within the company. And then what you do is you train, you coach, and you enable everybody to be able to make the same decisions that you used to make. So now what happens is you'll slowly start to see people take more responsibility for those decisions. And frankly, as managers and leaders, when you're not working in the day-to-day, you're probably not the most qualified to make decisions about what's right or wrong for a customer, what's right or wrong when it comes to, work environment, because you're not in it. So too often we make decisions as leaders based on what we believe is right or how we believe it will impact our customers, and we don't listen or give our people the voice to help us make the right decision. And then, what do we got? 50-50 odds of making the right decision and doing the right thing. So as a leader, when you start to stop asking people to comply and do what you tell them, and you start spending time developing, coaching, asking questions of these people, and instead of making a decision, say, hey, Bill, there's a decision here that needs to be made. Obviously, we want to make the right decision. I trust you to make this decision. Walk me through what you would do if you were in my position. Now, what's going to happen? Bill's going to tell you what he thinks. Bill's going to tell you the right way he thinks it should be handled. And if you agree, or even if you don't strongly disagree, give Bill the opportunity to make the decision. Now you're much more likely to make the right decision. And now Bill feels empowered. He feels trusted. And instead of Bill going throughout his day worrying about whether or not he's going to do what you want him to do, this is the cool part. Bill's going to start doing what's right because he knows that he can count on you to trust him to do what's right. So then you have all of these people in your company doing what's right, not doing what you told them to do. And I got news for you. Just because we said to do something doesn't make it right. So instead of being the person that makes all the decisions and demands compliance of your people, just demand their best. And then give them the expectations, give them the latitude, give them the autonomy to make the decisions. So treat your people like, Dew said it, your people are your asset. Not whatever you sell, not whatever you make, not whatever you produce, not whatever you grow. It's your people. That's the aha. That's the key. Stop. Stop today asking people to do what you tell them to do and teach people how to do what you do. And then guess what they'll do? They're going to give you honest feedback that says, Eric, one of the things I've always wanted to tell you is you do 1,000 things great, but there's this thing that you do, or there's this way that you interact with employees, or there's this, way that the company treats this certain vacation or this certain thing. And I've always meant to tell you that I thought maybe we could do a better job. You always reserve the right to veto that if you really believe that it doesn't align with your company's core values or it's detrimental to the health of the company. But if you have the right, more in my mouth than I did on my shirt there. But if you have the right people in the company, they're going to make the right decisions. You still have to have checks and balances. You have to have boundaries in place. But stop asking people to comply and do what you tell them to do, and start teaching people to do what you do. And honestly, if you're the leader of a company, if you're the owner of the company, if you're a manager of a department, you probably are the best at what you do. So imagine if you could get your 10 people on your team to be as good as you. Put your ego aside. Don't worry about losing your job because you taught people to do what you do. That's bullshit and it's selfish. Teach people to do what you do. They'll make you better. You're going to make the company or the department better, and then you're going to get a raise. You're probably going to get promoted. And you're going to create an opportunity for somebody that worked with you to get promoted to your position. Now you're doing real shit. That's how you turn the ship around. That is how you go from being a manager and a dictatorship to being a leader and empowering the people that you work with. And that's how you turn the ship around. If you're struggling with the department, if your team sucks, if you're coaching and your team's struggling, stop asking people to rebound. Stop asking people to block. Teach them what you know. Then they'll do it on their own. And then they're going to give you feedback about yourself because you've created a culture of trust. And you'll get better. And when you get better and you pour into your people, they get better. I'm hype. Today's Thursday. I'm on my way down to our Maryland office. We got a town hall meeting. We got a badass announcement to make down here that's just super impactful, that I'm super excited about. Then I ship myself back across the line to PA for the afternoon. I had a good workout this morning. I'm drinking water, eating a banana, trying to get my nutrition game tightened up. And I'm glad to see everybody on here this morning. Had a great time at the company happy hour, lots of smiling faces. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. To recap, if you want to turn your life around, listen, I've been at this for 2 months, but I've been on this earth for 44 years. I've literally screwed up every aspect of my life that's possible. Personal relationships, professional relationships, health, alcohol. I've done it all wrong. So I'm not qualified to speak as an expert on what to do, but I can tell you what not to do. And everything I do every day is to try and learn how to be a better person. And when I get on here and talk, I want you guys to know that this isn't to feed my ego or to preach or to act like I know everything. I get on here each day to hold myself accountable, because I feel like if I can't talk about something, if I can't teach it, I don't know it well enough. So if I don't feel comfortable getting on here and talking about something, I need to go back and reread that chapter. I love every single one of you. I hope this message hits home with somebody today. If you have questions, inbox me. I don't know if I'll have the answer, but I'll damn sure try and help you. I hope you all have a great day. Peace. I'll see you.